Welcome to this program. Today we are going to discuss about the important key points regarding the chemical characteristics. The first one is the rate of the reaction. Consider a reaction A to B. The rate of the reaction at any given time will depend upon the concentration of the reactant A at that time. Or we can say the rate of the reaction R will be equal to minus dCA by dt, or simply we will define dx by dt, and dx is the change in the concentration by change in time, or we can say dx by dt will be equal to change in the concentration by time, and which is the unit of the rate is the concentration mole per liter, time second. Therefore the unit for rate is mole liter power minus 1 second power minus 1. But simply we say the rate can be represented in the form of an equation dx by dt, and the unit is mole liter power minus 1 second power minus 1. Now we are going to write the rate of the reaction, rate for a particular reaction. We already discussed A plus B will give the product. For that, A is the reactant, the B is the product. The rate can be written as dx by dt will be equal to minus dA by dt. The concentration of A decreases, we are putting minus dA by dt, and the concentration of the product increases, you put dB by dt. The rate can be expressed in three ways: dx by dt, or minus dA by dt, or dB by dt, both are equal. Now we consider a general reaction of the type AA plus BB gives LL plus MM. Here small a, small b are number of moles of reactants, small l and small m are the number of moles of the product. Now we are going to write the rate equation, rate for the equation. The rate will be equal to dx by dt is general form, or in terms of A minus 1 by A into dA by dt, that is the rate is divided by the number of moles 1 by A, or this will be equal to minus 1 by B dB by dt. Here A and B are reactant and the concentrations are decreases, and so we put minus. Similarly, in terms of product L and M, 1 by L into dL by dt, or 1 by M into dM by dt, here we put plus. If we express in terms of reactant, we put minus. In terms of product, you put plus. But the rate of the particular reaction can be expressed in 5 ways. One is dx by dt, or minus 1 by A into dA by dt, or minus 1 by B into dB by dt, or 1 by L into dL by dt, or 1 by M into dM by dt. Then the rate law and rate constant. For a general reaction, AA plus BB gives product. According to rate law, the rate of the reaction R equal to dx by dt, that will be equal to a rate constant into concentration of A power A into concentration of B power B. This equation is known as rate equation. And A, small a and small b are number of moles. Let us assume if A equal to B equal to 1, then the R will be equal to K. The rate constant of the reaction is defined as the rate of the reaction when the concentration of the each reactant is unity. Concentration of A into concentration of B equal to unity. Therefore, R will be equal to K. R is the rate of the reaction and K is the rate constant, and this is the one of the definition for rate constant. The order of the reaction. It is defined as the sum of the power of the concentration terms in the rate equation. Let us consider reaction 1. A gives product. The rate reaction is R equal to K1 into A and the order is equal to 1. Similarly, you consider the reaction 2. A plus B plus 2C gives product, and here R will be equal to K4 into concentration of A into concentration of B into concentration of C the whole square. Here the order will be equal to 4. And in the case of 3, 2A plus B gives product. The rate will be equal to rate constant K3 into concentration of A square into concentration of B. The order will be equal to 3. But depending upon the number of molecules reactant in the rate equation, we decide the order, or simply speaking, it is defined as the sum of the power of the concentration terms in the rate equation. For zero order reaction, R equal to K0. Molecularity of the reaction. It is defined as the number of molecules involved in the step leading to chemical reaction. This is known as the molecularity. If only one molecule is involved, the reaction is said to be unimolecular. The best example, the dissociation of nitrogen pentoxide. N2O5 gives N2O4 gas plus half O2 gas. If two molecules are involved, the reaction is said to be bimolecular. 2HI gas gives H2 gas plus I2 gas, and it is an example for 5-molecular reaction, and the first one is an example for the unimolecular reaction. If 3 molecules are involved, the reaction is said to be third molecular. The example is oxidation of nitric oxide. 2NO gas plus O2 gas give 2NO2. In several reactions, the order is different from molecularity. In this case, one of the reactant is present in large excess. Example, and this type of reaction usually called pseudo unimolecular reaction. Example, the hydrolysis of ethyl acetate and inversion of cane sugar in aqueous solution. CH3, COO, C2H5 plus H2O, which is present in excess in the presence of acid catalyst, it gives CH3COOH plus C2H5OH. Similarly, sucrose C12H22O11 plus H2O in the presence of H plus catalyst, C6H12O6 glucose plus C6H12O6 fructose. And these two are the best example for reaction. The molecularity of the above reaction is 2, but the order of the reaction is 1. The rate of the reaction varies only with the concentration of ester in the first case, and that of sucrose in the second case. The water is present in such a large excess, and this concentration remains almost constant in the course of the reaction in each case, and such reactions are pseudo unimolecular reaction. And it is this type of reactions appear to be bimolecular, but actually these reactions are unimolecular. So this type of reactions are called pseudo unimolecular reaction. For that, the order is equal to, for the two reaction, the order is equal to 1. The first reaction depends only on the concentration of ester. The second reaction, the reaction depends only on the concentration of sucrose. Therefore, the order will be equal to 1. Now we are going to discuss some equation, that is order, rate equation, unit of rate constant on half-life period. Now you consider the zero order reaction. The rate constant K will be equal to x by T, that is initial concentration minus the concentration after time T divided by T. Simply speaking, the rate constant K will be equal to x by T. And the unit is mole liter power minus 1 second power minus 1 or mole dm power minus 3 s power minus 1. The half-life period for zero order reaction d half equal to A by 2K. And here one important point is, for zero order reaction the d half is directly proportional to the initial concentration and inversely proportional to the rate constant. And for the first order reaction order equal to 1, the rate equation is K equal to 2.303 by T into log of A by A minus X. A is the initial concentration and A minus X the concentration after the time T. The unit is second power minus 1 or S power minus 1, and T half is equal to 0.693 by K. And here the important point is, the half-life period for the first order reaction is independent upon the concentration. 3. Order equal to 2, the K will be equal to 1 by T into 1 by A minus X minus 1 by A. And the unit is liter mole power minus 1 second power minus 1 or dm cube mole power minus 1 second power minus 1, and T half will be equal to 1 by Ka. That means the half-life period of the second order reaction is inversely proportional to the initial concentration. You look the rate equation. If you have it is a second order reaction, you will get 1 by A minus X minus 1 by A. And the same principle can be applied to third order as well as nth order also. For third order reaction, K will be equal to 1 by 2T into 1 by A minus X the whole square minus 1 by A square. For second order reaction, 1 by A minus X. For third order reaction, 1 by A minus X the whole square minus 1 by A square. The unit of rate is dm6 mole power minus 2 second power minus 1, and T half is directly proportional to 1 by A square. And similarly for nth reaction, K will be equal to 1 by n minus 1 into T into 1 by A minus X whole power n minus 1 by A power n. And the unit is dm power 3 whole power n minus 1 mole 1 minus n second power minus 1, and T half is 2 power n minus 1 minus 1 divided by Kn into n minus 1 A power n minus 1. You know the T half. Using this we can calculate the T half for 3 by 2, 5 by 2 order reactions. The tabular column is very important, and based on this tabular column you can expect more questions. In general, T half is directly proportional to 1 by A0 whole power n minus 1, where n is greater or equal to 2. Now we are going to discuss about the steady state approximation. According to this approximation, the rate of formation of an intermediate is equal to the rate of its decomposition or the rate of its disappearance. You consider the reaction, the reactant R, it gives an intermediate I1, which is given intermediate I2, and which gives the intermediate I3 is go on. Finally it gives a product. K0, K1, K2, K3 up to Kn are rate constant. You apply the steady state principle, or we can say the rate of formation of an intermediate will be equal to the rate of decomposition, means the rate will be equal to 0. dI1 by dt, that will be equal to dI2 by dt, which will be equal to din by dt, that will be equal to 0. That is the steady state approximation, and it is applicable only to the intermediate or free radical, intermediate like free radical, etc. Now the very important equation, this is known as Arrhenius equation. It explains the effect of temperature on rate of the reaction. A plot of log K versus 1 by T gives a straight line with a negative slope. The rate constant K increases exponentially with the temperature. So the Arrhenius proposed the following empirical equation for calculating the energy of activation of a reaction. The rate constant K will be equal to A into e power of minus Ea by RT, where Ea is called the energy of activation and A is free exponential factor, which is also called frequency factor, and Ea and A are called Arrhenius parameter. Now the A has the same unit as rate constant. Therefore, the unit for the A is second power minus 1. The rate constant, the unit of K for the first order reaction is S power 1. Therefore, for the frequency factor A, the unit is S power minus 1. And you take log on for the equation 1, you will get ln K will be equal to ln A minus Ea by RT. A plot of ln K versus 1 by T gives a straight line with a slope will be equal to minus Ea by RT, and the intercept will be equal to ln A. Here the two important points. ln K versus 1 by T plot gives two values. One is slope minus Ea by R. Therefore, Ea will be equal to R into slope. It is one important point. Second is the intercept will be equal to ln A. From that we can calculate the frequency factor A. The integrated form of Arrhenius equation ln K2 by K1, that will be equal to Ea by R, that is equal to T2 minus T1 by T1 into T2. By knowing the rate constant at two different temperatures, the energy of activation Ea can be calculated. Very important point. Ea is high, the energy of activation is high, then the rate is low. Ea is low, then the rate is high. And the Ea for the forward reaction is less than the reverse reaction, then the reaction is exothermic. Ea is less than Er. If Er is greater than Ea, then it is a reaction. Ea for the forward reaction is greater than the reverse reaction Er, then the reaction is endothermic reaction. And delta H is the heat of the reaction. If the delta H is negative for the exothermic reaction, delta H is positive for endothermic reaction. For exothermic reaction, the E of reverse, that will be equal to Ea forward reaction plus delta H. For endothermic reaction, Er will be equal to Ea minus delta H. Based on this, more questions are asked in the TRP as well as the polytechnic exam. Example, Ea for the reaction is 50 kilojoules per mole, and that of reverse reaction is 70 kilojoules per mole. The reaction is here, the Er is greater than Ea, therefore it is an exothermic reaction. The factor e power of minus Ea by RT is known as Boltzmann expression, which will be equal to the number of activated molecule divided by the total number of molecules present in the system. And this is a simple graph for explaining the Arrhenius theory. The reactant, the first to form the activated complex, that activated complex gives product, and there is an energy barrier between the reactant and the activated complex, and the minimum energy required for the reactant to form the activated complex is known as activation energy. Therefore, the activation, if a molecule get the activation energy, then only it is converted into product. This is the explanation for this graph. Effect of temperature on reaction rates. The increase of temperature has a marked effect on the rate of the reaction. The ratio of the rate of the reactant of a reaction at two temperature differing by 10 degrees C is known as the temperature coefficient of the reaction. We can define the temperature coefficient will be equal to the rate constant at 35 degrees C divided by the rate constant at 25 degrees C. That will be equal to K35 by K25. Here the important point is noted. the difference in temperature is 10 degrees C. The value of temperature coefficient for the most of the reaction is close to 2, and in some cases it will be 3. According to collision theory, the collision results in a chemical reaction in which the colliding molecules are associated with a certain minimum energy called threshold energy. The rate of the reaction depends upon the number of effective collision. It becomes almost doubled with a small increase of temperature. The excess of energy that reactant acquired in order to react to yield product is known as the activation energy. Or we can define the activation energy in another way. The activation energy will be equal to threshold energy minus the energy actually possessed by the molecule. This is then the energy barrier between the reactant and the product. Next important theory is collision theory. The theory was put forward by Lewis and its co-workers. It is based on the following concept. When, for a reaction to occur, it is necessary that the reacting molecule should undergo collision. 2. The minimum amount of excess of energy required to form the activated complex is obtained by collision. During the collision, one molecule absorb energy or get energy from another molecule, and they will form the activated complex. 3. Those collisions which rise the molecule into activated complex are called the effective collision. Here one point is, all collision is not necessary to form the activated complex. Only the effective collision will form the activated complex. The rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the number of effective collision per unit time. This is the important point regarding collision theory. The rate is directly proportional to the number of effective collision. Therefore, we have to calculate the number of effective collision. According to kinetic theory of gases, the total number of colliding molecule per cc per second is given by Z will be equal to root 2 pi V R square N square. The number of collision per cc per second is given as Z dash will be equal to Z by 2. This will be equal to root 2 into pi V sigma square N square by 2. Root 2 are cancelled. Then you will get 1 by root 2 into pi into V into sigma square into N square. You know, a single collision required 2 molecules. So the total number of molecules divided by 2, you will get Z dash will be equal to 1 by root 2 into pi into V into sigma square into N square. Now the average velocity is related to the root mean square velocity V equal to 0.9213 into root of 3 RT by m, and we are going to replace average velocity by root mean square velocity. Z will be equal to root 2 pi 0.9213 into root of 3 RT by m sigma square N square. Now you substitute the value of pi r, then the equation simply equal to the Z will be equal to 6.50 into 10 to the power of 4 into root of t by m into sigma square into N square. Therefore, if you want the number of collision Z dash, that is divided by 2, 3.25 into 10 to the power of 4 into root of t by m sigma square N square. Here you noted the number of colliding molecule present in the system is directly proportional to sigma square and directly proportional to N square, and it is directly proportional to root t and inversely proportional to root m. The 4 point you have to keep in mind regarding the collision theory. Number of colliding molecule per cc per second directly proportional to sigma square and N square, and root t and inversely proportional to root m. Now we are going to derive the rate constant for bimolecular reaction. Let us consider the bimolecular reaction. A plus B gives C plus T. And Z be the number of colliding molecule per cc per second in the system, and Q is the fraction of molecule in the activated state. And we can define the rate constant of a bimolecular reaction. K will be equal to Z into Q. You know that Z is the number of colliding molecule present in the system. From the Maxwell distribution law, the number of molecule possessing the activation energy EA is given by N dash will be equal to N into e power of minus EA by RT. Here N dash is the number of molecule possessing activation energy EA, and N is the total number of molecule present in the system. From that we can calculate, and EA is the activation energy and T is the temperature. Therefore Q will be equal to N dash by N, that will be equal to e power of minus EA by RT. You substitute the value of Q, you will get the rate constant K will be equal to Z into e power of minus EA by RT, and we have already calculated the value of Z. You substitute the value of Z, K will be equal to 6.50 into 10 to the power of 4 into sigma square into N square into root of T by M into e power of minus EA by RT. This is the rate constant for a bimolecular reaction. K is equal to 6.50 into 10 to the power of 4 into sigma square molecular diameter into N square into root of T by M into e power of minus EA by RT. Now there are some limitations for collision theory. For a number of gaseous phase reaction involving complex molecule, the rate constant values of given by collision are several times greater than the experimental value. There is a large deviation. This deviation is due to maybe 1. For complex molecule, in addition to translation energy, vibrational and rotational energies have to be taken into consideration. That meaning, for simple molecule possess only translation energy. For complex molecule possess translational, vibrational as well as rotational energy. Therefore, the vibrational energy and the rotational energies are taken into 2. The rate constant equation has been modified by including a probability factor P. Therefore, the rate constant K will be equal to P into Z into e power of minus EA by RT. For reaction obeying the collision theory, the value of P equal to 1. For the reaction, for other reaction, the value of P will be equal to 10 to the power of minus 8. The collision theory is applicable only to homogeneous reaction and not applicable to heterogeneous reaction. The collision theory does not speak about the entropy of activation as well as the configuration of a molecule. And these are the important limitation of theory. To modify these defects, the limitation, we are going to discuss about the activated complex theory. It is also known as ARR theory or transition state theory or Eyring theory. This theory based on the following concept. For a chemical reaction to occur, the reacting molecule should approach each other to form an unstable intermediate known as activated complex. That means the reactant first to form the activated complex, that activated complex decomposes into product. The energy of the activated complex is greater than the energy of the reactant and the product. The very important is there is a dynamic equilibrium between the reactant and the product. A plus B, reversible arrow, K double decker is the equilibrium constant, gives AB double decker, which give a product. Here you may find there is an equilibrium between the activated complex and the reactant, and K double decker is the equilibrium constant for this equilibrium. And third point, the activated complex has all the properties of normal molecule in every respect, but it has one vibrational degree of freedom less and one translational degree more than the normal molecule. Here you noted, for normal molecule the translational degree of freedom, for all molecule the translational degree of freedom is 3. For activated complex it is one more, it is 4. Similarly, if we consider nonlinear molecule, it has 3n-6 modes of vibration. For activated complex, nonlinear activated complex, it has 3n-7 vibrational modes. That is the difference. The activated complex differ in the properties. One is it has one less vibrational frequency and one more translation frequency. Under this condition, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the activated complex. This is the main point. The rate is directly proportional to the activated complex. Under this condition, the rate reaction is equal to the frequency at which the activated complex dissociate into product multiplied by the concentration of the activated complex. It is given in the next. R will be equal to the frequency into concentration of AB double decker. Let us consider this is equation 1. The average energy E vibration will be equal to hE by kT. Therefore, the frequency equal to kT by h. The k is the Boltzmann constant, and it is replaced by the gas constant RT by NH. You note that the Boltzmann constant k will be equal to R by N. We can give the frequency nu will be equal to kT by h or RT by NH. Now let us consider the equilibrium between the reactant and activated complex. A plus B reversible arrow AB double decker will give the product. The equilibrium constant K double decker will be equal to AB double decker divided by concentration of A into concentration of B. From this equation, you calculate the concentration of the activated complex. The concentration of activated complex AB double decker will be equal to K double decker into concentration of A and concentration of B, and it should be substituted in the equation 1. The rate will be equal to RT by NH K double decker into concentration of A and the concentration of B. This is equation 4. If we consider the second order reaction, A plus B will give product. The rate will be equal to the rate constant into concentration of A into concentration of B. Now, fourth equation gives the rate of the bimolecular reaction, and the fifth equation also gives the rate of the bimolecular reaction. You compare both equation 4 and 5, you will get the rate constant A into B will be equal to RT by NH K double decker into concentration of A into concentration of B. The concentration of A and B terms are cancelled. Then the rate constant for the reaction K will be equal to RT by NH K double decker. Here small k is the rate constant of the reaction, K double decker is the equilibrium constant of the reaction, R is the gas constant, N is the outer number, H is the Planck's constant, T is the temperature. The equilibrium constant is related to the free energy by the expression K double decker is equal to e power of minus E double decker by RT. Therefore, you substitute the value, the rate constant K will be equal to RT by NH into e power of minus delta G double decker by RT. This is the rate of the reaction according to ARR theory, and we can say the value of K, the rate constant K will be equal to KT by H e power of minus delta G double decker by RT. And you know very well that delta G double decker will be equal to delta H double decker minus T into delta S double decker. You substitute the value of delta G double decker in the above equation, you will get the rate constant K will be equal to RT by NH into e power of minus delta H double decker minus D into delta S double decker divided by RT. You rearrange the equation, finally you get K equal to RT by NH e power of minus delta H double decker by RT into e power of delta S double decker by R. The equation for the bimolecular reaction K will be equal to RT by NH into e power of minus delta H double decker by RT into e power of delta S double decker by R. This equation is known as Eyring equation. And you take the logarithm by converting t into left hand side. Log k by t will be equal to log of r by nh minus delta h double decker by 2.303 rt plus delta s double decker by 2.303 into r. A graph between log k by t versus log 1 by t gives a straight line with a negative slope. The slope will be equal to minus delta h double decker by 2.303 into rt, and the intercept will be equal to log of r by nh plus delta s double decker by 2.303 into r. Here from the slope we can calculate the value of delta h double decker. From the intercept we can calculate the value of delta s double decker. Above here the AR theory is very useful to calculate the delta g double decker, delta h double decker as well as delta s double decker for a reaction. Now we are going to apply the AR theory to unimolecular and bimolecular. For a unimolecular reaction, the energy of activation is related to the enthalpy of activation by the equation EA equal to RT plus delta H double decker minus delta N RT. For unimolecular reaction, delta N will be equal to 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0. That is the number of molecules in the activated complex minus the number of reactant. Therefore 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0. You substitute it, EA will be equal to RT plus delta H double decker. Therefore delta H double decker will be equal to EA by RT. You substitute the delta H double decker in the rate equation. The rate constant become K will be equal to RT by NH e power of minus EA by RT in the e power of delta S double decker by R. That will be equal to RT by NH e power of minus EA by RT E1 e power of delta S double decker by R. Therefore, the rate constant for the unimolecular reaction K will be equal to RT by NH e power 1 e power of minus EA by RT in the e power of delta S double decker R. This equation relates the rate constant with the energy of activation as well as the entropy of activation. It is an unimolecular reaction, then you will have a term e power 1. Similarly, you can expect if it is a bimolecular reaction, it may be e power 2. Now we are going to apply the AR theory to bimolecular. For a bimolecular reaction, two molecules combine to give one activated molecule. Therefore, delta N will be equal to 1 minus 2. That is, the number of molecules in the activated state is 1. The number of reactant is 2. That will be equal to minus 1. You substitute it, EA will be equal to delta H double decker plus RT minus delta N into RT. Minus into minus 1 plus, it becomes delta H double decker plus 2 RT, or we can say delta H double decker will be equal to EA minus 2 RT, and you substitute the value, the K will be equal to RT by NH into e power of minus EA minus 2 RT divided by RT into e power of delta H double decker by R, and you rearrange the equation, you will get final equation. We already discussed K will be equal to, the rate constant K will be equal to RT by NH E square e power minus EA by RT in the e power delta S double decker by R. For unimolecular reaction, the rate constant equation has the term of e power 1. Bimolecular reaction, you have the term of e power 2. That is the difference. Now we are going to compare the collision theory with the AR theory. Comparison between collision theory and AR theory. The collision theory is based on the ideas of classical mechanics and kinetic theory, and which are less accurate. But the AR theory is based on ideas of statistical mechanics and thermodynamics, which are more correct. That is very important. One on classical mechanics, the another on statistical mechanics. In collision theory, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the number of effective collision per cc per second. But in AR theory, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the frequency at which the activated complex decomposes into product, or the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the activated complex. Point number 3. The collision theory is applicable to homogeneous system, but the AR theory is applicable to both homogeneous as well as heterogeneous system. 4. In collision theory, for a simple molecule, the translation energy alone was taken into account, but in ARR theory, consider both translational, rotational as well as the vibration energy. The collision theory is applicable only to simple molecule, but ARR theory is applicable to simple as well as complex molecule. 6. The collision theory does not speak anything about the entropy of activation, but ARR theory gives some information regarding the entropy of activation. 7. From the collision theory, the rate constant K will be equal to Pz into e power of minus Ea by RT, or from ARR theory, the rate constant will be equal to RT by NH e power of minus delta H double decker by RT into e power of delta S double decker by R. And these are the some points regarding the comparison between collision theory and ARR theory. Now we are going to discuss the potential energy surface. The potential energy surface is a plot of the energy as a function of various interatomic distance in activated complex. Simply speaking, a plot between energy and the internuclear distance. The reaction is between two atoms. The distance between the nucleus is involved. The plot of potential energy against distance is a two-dimensional diagram for a diatomic molecule. If the reaction is in between two atoms A and B, the only distance A single bond B is involved, and a plot of potential energy versus this time gives a two-dimensional diagram. A method of potential energy surface is explained by considering the reaction between hydrogen atom and hydrogen molecule. H alpha atom, H beta, H gamma molecule, and it forms activated complex H alpha, H beta, H gamma, and gives a molecule H alpha, H beta plus H gamma atom. The activation energy for this reaction is found to be 8.8 kilocalorie per mole. The atom H alpha and the molecule H beta, H gamma come closer together and give rise to the activated complex, in which there will be an extension of bond between H beta and H gamma bond. The potential energy of the system will first increase and then decreases as given in the diagram. The maximum energy will correspond to a symmetrical complex in which the distance between H alpha and H beta equal to the distance between H beta and H gamma, that is the activated complex. The energy will decrease as the system approaches the state of corresponding to the molecule of H alpha, H beta, and separated by H gamma. But from this, that is potential energy of the system, and it is very useful to calculate the activation energy. Now we are going to discuss about the important objective questions in this chapter. Question number 1. The rate constant for the reaction A plus 3B gives 2C plus D. The rate constant is, here the first one is in terms of reactant, there is no minus, it is wrong. In the second case, minus is missing, answer B is also wrong. And the third case, the answer is 1 by 2 into dC by D, it is correct. With respect to the product, the rate is 1 by 2 into dC by dt, therefore the correct answer is C. 1 by 2 into dC by dt will be equal to a rate constant K into concentration of A into concentration of B whole cube. The correct answer is question number 2. The rate constant for the reaction NO plus H2 gas will give half N2 plus H2 gas is 1.539 10 to the power minus 4 mole dm cubes into second power minus 1. The order of the reaction, here you have to consider the unit for the rate constant. The unit for the rate constant is mole dm power minus 3 second power minus 1. It is the unit for second order. Therefore, the answer B is correct for this question. Question number 3. The rate of the homogeneous gaseous reaction NO gas plus half O2Cl2 of Cl2 gas gives NOCl gas is doubled when the chlorine concentration is doubled, but increases factor by 8 when the concentration of the both reactants are doubled. The order of the reaction is, and here for this reaction you multiply it by 2, you will get the rate equation. The rate will be equal to K into concentration of NO the whole square into concentration of Cl. Therefore, the order of the reaction is 3. The correct answer is B. The unit of the rate constant of the reaction with an order of 5 by 2. You consider the nth order, the unit of nth order reaction, Kn will be equal to dm power 3 n minus 1 mole power 1 minus n s power minus 1. Here n is 5 by 2. Above K 5 by 2 will be equal to dm cube 5 by 2 minus 1 mole 1 minus 5 by 2 s power minus 1. You subtract it, dm power 3 whole power 3 by 2 mole minus 3 by 2 s minus 1. The correct answer is D. The plot of rate versus A gives a straight line passing through the origin. The slope will be equal to, here if it is passing through the origin means rate will be equal to K into A. Therefore, the slope will be equal to K. The correct answer is C. In a first order reaction, it takes the rate constant 40.5 minutes to be 20% decomposed. The rate constant for the reaction, the rate constant K will be equal to 1 by T into ln of A by A minus X. T is 40.5 minutes into ln of 25% completed means it may be 0.75 upon ln of A by 0.75. You multiply it, you will get 7.11 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minute power minus 1. Therefore, the correct answer for this question is A. 7.11 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minute power minus 7. The rate constant for the first order reaction is 6.93 into 10 to the power of minus 3 second power minus 1. The half-life time is, the relation between half-life and rate constant is T half will be equal to 0.693 by K. You substitute the value of rate constant, that will give 0.693 divided by 6.93 into 10 to the power of minus 3, which will be equal to 10 to the power of 2 second. Therefore, answer B is correct. 8. The rate constant for the reaction 2N2O5 gives 4NO2 plus O2 is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 second power minus 1. If the rate constant rate is 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 4 mole liter power minus 1 second power minus 1, the concentration of N2O5 in mole liter power minus 1 is, and here it is a best example for the unimolecular reaction. R will be equal to K into concentration of N2O5, and you have to calculate the concentration of N2O5. The concentration of N2O5 equal to R by K. R will be equal to 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 5, and K will be equal to 3 into 10 to the power of minus 5. This is equal to 0.8 mole liter power minus 1. The correct answer is B. 9. The rate constant for the second order reaction is 3.3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 dm cube mole power minus 1 second power minus 1. If the initial concentration of the reactant is 0.5 and it is half-life period, here T half will be equal to 1 by K2 into A. Rate constant is given and A is also given, which will be equal to, you substitute it, 1 divided by 3.33 into 10 to the power of minus 2 into 0.05, it comes around to 600 second which is equal to 10 minutes divided by 60, it gives 10 minutes. Therefore, the correct answer is A. 10. The half-life of an nth order reaction is, you already discussed, the correct answer is B, 2 power n minus 1 divided by kn n minus 1 A0 whole power n minus 1. The correct answer is B. The D half of a reaction is doubled as the initial concentration of the reactant is doubled. The order of the reaction is. Here, you know the relationship between D half and the initial concentration. The D half is directly proportional to 1 by A0 whole power n minus 1. You substitute it. The first term, it is doubled means D half divided by 2 into D half. D half is doubled. Then 1 by A0 n minus 1 divided by 1 by 2 A0 power n minus 1. You constant terms are cancelled, T half are cancelled, and the equation become 1 by 2 is equal to 2 power n minus 1, or we can write 2 power minus 1 equal to 2 power n minus 1. Therefore, n minus 1 equal to minus 1, that is n equal to 0. The correct answer is C. The T half of a reaction is held as the initial concentration of the reaction is doubled. The T half is reduced to half, and the order of the reaction is, you know very well, the D half is directly proportional to A0 whole power n minus 1, and here D half divided by, it is reduced to half of D half, that will be equal to 1 by A0 of n minus 1 divided by 1 by 2 A0 of n minus 1, which will be equal to 2 power n minus 1. 2 power 1 will be equal to 2 power n minus 1. Therefore, n minus 1 will be equal to 1, n equal to 2. The correct answer for this question is C. Question number 13. Let us consider a reaction 3A plus 2B gives P plus Q, and which takes place in 4 steps as shown below. 1. A plus B gives C plus D, A plus C gives E, A plus D gives F. 4. E plus F plus D gives P plus Q. The fourth reaction is the slowest reaction, then order and rate of the reaction. In the type of, if a reaction takes place more than one step, the rate of the reaction is determined from the slowest step. And here the slowest step is 4. From that we are going to determine the rate. And here the order is 3. And if you consider in terms of the reactant, well, let us consider the first one. The order is 2, it is wrong. The rate equation is also wrong, it is plus, it is given in plus, it should be in minus. And similarly, B is also wrong, order is 2 is wrong. C, the order is 3 correct, but it is given as minus dB by dt, it is wrong, it should be plus dB by dt in terms of product. Therefore, the correct answer is D, the order is 3 minus dF by dt in terms of reactant, F is the reactant, that will be equal to the rate constant K into concentration of E into concentration of F into concentration of D. The correct answer is D. And it is explained here. The slowest step in the rate determining step of the reaction 4 is, the order is 3 and the rate equation is given. The rate equation can be given in 3 rate equation, minus d by dt is equal to K into E into F into D, or minus dF by dt will be equal to K into E into F into D, or minus dd by T is equal to K into F into C into T. In all cases, the order is 3. Question number 14. Which one of the following reaction is a pseudo unimolecular reaction? And you consider one is hydrolysis of ester in the presence of H plus, it is a pseudo unimolecular reaction. The second one is hydrolysis of sucrose, it gives glucose and fructose, it is also a pseudo unimolecular reaction. The third one is a first order reaction, but it is not pseudo unimolecular reaction. And the second one is a bimolecular reaction. Therefore, 1 and 2 are pseudo unimolecular reaction. The correct answer is D. The reaction 1 and 2 are pseudo unimolecular reaction because the H2O will not affect the rate of the reaction, which is in excess. So the correct answer is D. Which one of the following reaction has a high value of free exponential factor A in terms of second power minus 1? The correct answer for this question is A, and the values are given below. For the first reaction, H plus H2 gives H2 plus H. The A will be equal to 7.5 into 10 to the power of 14, second power minus 1. And for Br plus H2 will give HBr plus H. A will be equal to 1 into 10 to the power of 14. And for C, H plus CH4 will give equal to H2 plus CH3. A will be equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 13. And D, CH3 plus H2 will give CH4 plus H, and A will be equal to 1 into 10 to the power of 13 second power minus 1. Therefore, the equation 1 or the reaction 1 has the highest free exponential factor A. Correct answer is A. 16. According to collision theory, the value of Z in the equation. You know very well the option D is correct. 6.5 into 10 to the power of 4 root of T by M into sigma square into N square, and which is already discussed in the collision theory. It is a direct question. 17. In the Arrhenius equation, the frequency factor A is given by, you know very well, the rate constant K will be equal to A into e power of minus A by RT, and A will be equal to K by e power of minus A by RT. E power minus A by RT to the numerator, it become rate constant K into the minus become plus K into e power of minus A by RT. Therefore, the correct option is A. The frequency factor A will be equal to the rate constant into K into e power of EA by RT. Option A is correct. 8. In a first order reaction, when log A by A minus X plotted against T, the slope of this linear plot is 1000. The rate constant value will be, the rate constant will be equal to R into slope. R is 1000. 2.393 into 1000, which will be equal to 2.393 into 10 to the power of 3 second power minus 1. The correct answer is option D. 2.303 into 10 to the power of 3 second power minus 1. 19. The zero order reaction. When a reaction from A0 molecule reaches AT in T second, the rate constant will be, you know very well, the rate will be equal to dx by dt, change in the concentration by time. Initial concentration is A0, concentration after the time T is AT, therefore A0 minus AT divided by T. The correct answer for this question is option D. Question number 20. The Eyring equation for the rate constant K in terms of Boltzmann constant Kb and the free energy of activation delta G. We already discussed in ARR theory. The rate constant K will be equal to Kpt by H into e power of minus delta G double decker by RT. Option C is correct. The correct answer for this question is C. 21. A reaction is 50% completed in 2 hours and 75% completed in 4 hours. The order of the reaction is, first you consider 100%, A is 100%, and after 2 hours it is maybe 50%. The half-life period is 2 hours. 50 to 25%, the half-life period is 4 hours. Therefore, it is simply a first order reaction. This explains the reaction is a first order. Option A is correct. 32. In a zero order reaction of every 10 degrees C of temperature, the rate of the reaction is doubled if the reaction is increased from 10 degree to 100 degree C. the rate of the reaction will become. Here the rate of the reaction, the temperature rises from 10 to 100 degrees C, the rate will be equal to 2 power 9. The 2 power 9 will be equal to 512 times. Option 512 times. The correct answer is B. And you have to consider the 10 degree to 10 degree rise, the rate of the reaction is double to mean 10 degree to 100 degrees means 2 power 9. Therefore, the correct option is B. 23. Predict the number of translational and number of vibrational degree of freedom for the activated complex which is linear as shown below. H2 plus I2 will give 2Hi. And here the activated complex is non-linear. You know very well the activated complex has one more translation vibration frequency and one less vibrational frequency. Therefore, the translation degree of freedom is 3 plus 1. Normal molecule, there are 3 translation degree of freedom. For activated complex, one more added, 3 plus 1, that will be equal to 4. The vibrational degree of freedom is one more less. For nonlinear molecule, 3n minus 6 minus 1, 3n minus 5. For this molecule is 5. Therefore, the correct answer for this question is B. 24. The overall rate dP by dt for 2A reversible arrow B and P plus C gives product is given by. And here the very important point is we have to apply the steady state principle. And for the second equation, you calculate the rate dP by dt will be equal to K into concentration of B into concentration of C. And here the B is the intermediate and we have to calculate the concentration of B from the equilibrium constant. From the first equation, 2A gives B, the equilibrium constant K will be equal to concentration of B divided by concentration of Al the whole square. From this, the value of B will be equal to K into equilibrium constant K into A power square. You substitute the value of B in the first equation. dP by dt will be equal to equilibrium constant K into rate constant K into concentration of A the whole square into concentration of C. Option A is correct. The correct answer for the question is A. 25. An endothermic reaction A to B has an activation energy of 15 kilocalorie per mole. The energy of reaction is 5 kilocalorie mole. The activation energy of the reaction, reverse reaction B to A is. Here, the activation energy of reverse reaction is equal to EA minus delta H. And it is given EA is 15 kilocalories, delta H is 5 kilocalories. 15 minus 5, that will be equal to 10 kilocalorie. The correct answer is C. 26. For a reaction A plus B gives product, the enthalpy of activation is related to the entropy of activation. Here the important point is it is a second order reaction. For second order reaction, the delta N will be equal to 1 minus 2, that will be equal to minus 1, and EA equal to RT plus delta H double decker minus delta N into RT, delta N equal to minus 1, minus into minus plus. Therefore, delta H will be equal to EA minus 2 RT. Option B is correct. The correct answer for the question is B. For the reaction A plus B reversible arrow C, B plus C reversible arrow, B plus C gives D. And from that we are going to calculate the rate of formation of D. We are going to calculate dt by T by T. Option A, dt by T will be equal to K1 K3 into concentration of A into concentration of B divided by K2 plus K3 into concentration of B. And similarly, there are 4 options are given and the explanations is given. The correct answer is C. First you applied dt by T, K3 into concentration of B into concentration of C. And you know very well, B is an intermediate. The rate of formation of an intermediate, C is an intermediate. the rate of formation of the intermediate will be equal to the rate of disappearance. The first one, K1 into concentration of A into concentration of B is the rate of formation, and K2C plus K3 into concentration of B into C, it is the rate of disappearance. And from right hand side you take concentration of C out, it gives concentration of C into K2 plus K3 into B. From that, concentration of C will be equal to K1 into concentration of A into concentration of B divided by K2 plus K3 into A. You substitute the value in the first equation, you will get d by dt will be equal to, you have K1 here, already you have K3, concentration of B, both sides you consider B square into concentration of A divided by K2 plus K3 into B. The correct answer is C. d by t will be equal to K1 K3 concentration of A concentration of B square divided by K2 plus K3 into B. Here the very important point is you have to consider the C is an intermediate, and you have to apply the steady state principle and find out the concentration of C and substitute in the first equation, you will get the answer. The reversible reaction 2NO2 reversible arrow N2O4, the rate of disappearance of N2. 4 options are given. Here you have to consider one important point. Forward reaction NO2 is disappeared. In backward reaction NO2 is formed. In general principle, the rate of in equilibrium process, the rate of disappearance will be equal to the rate of formation. Using this principle, the explanation is given in the next. Minus d NO2 by dt, that will be equal to d NO2 by dt. The first step is the rate of disappearance. The second step is the rate of formation. The rate of formation of d NO2 by dt will be equal to minus d NO2 by dt, that is the rate of disappearance, minus the rate of formation d NO2 by dt. Therefore, Rd minus Rf, 2K1 into concentration of NO2 power 2 minus 2K2 into concentration of N2O4. In the second term you multiply by 2 because there are 2 NO2 molecules are formed. Therefore, the correct answer is B. 29. If E, F and E are the activation energy for the forward and reverse reaction, then reaction is exothermic, then the correct answer is A. EF is less than ER, or ER will be equal to EF plus delta H. The correct answer for this question is A. The energy of activation for the forward reaction is less than the energy of activation for the reverse reaction. 30. Match the list 1 with the list 2 and choose the correct answer. And here in the first case, 2NO plus 2H2 gives N2 plus 3H2O, it is third order, and N2O5 gives 4NO2 plus O2, you know well, it is a first order. CH3CHO gives CH4 plus O, it is a second order. CO plus Cl2 reversible arrow COCl2, it is a fractional order. Question, the correct option is C. C 3 4 1 2. This is the correct answer for this question.